Good morning, thank you so much for joining me today on another of Juice Live Chats. Today I'm going to be talking to you and doing a bit of a question time. We as a team have been talking and we're seeing a lot of questions that are coming to us from both candidates and clients. I'm really just wanting to understand a bit more about the job market, what's happening out there right now, and maybe why, if you're a job seeker, you're finding it a challenging market to find work in. If you're a client, potentially, why maybe you're not seeing the right caliber of candidates coming through to you as an organisation if you are looking for someone to join your business right now. So we thought it'd be really great to have a bit of a collective chat and just kind of pick out maybe 5 or 6 kind of top questions that we are receiving over probably the last few weeks or so, and put that into an Instagram live chat. So today I'm going to talk to you about these really, but if you do have any questions that maybe I don't cover today, do feel free to pop it on the chat and I'll do my best to try and answer them for you today while we're live. If not, I'll try and come back to you afterwards. So yeah, I'm going to kick off. So I think really, the first question, and quite a common question that we get really at the moment is, by candidates who are feeling they can't stand out in a really crowded job market right now. And it is really tough. We've talked about this a lot on the other chats that I've done about how to stand out both online, looking at your CVs, etc., and how to really come across for the job that you're applying to and be picked for an interview, let alone maybe actually getting the job itself. So really the key thing with this, I think, is looking back at some of the stuff we've covered before. So that will be things like tailoring your CV. Look at the job that you're applying to and ensure that you are tailoring that application to that job you're applying to. Also, use your network. I can't say it enough. You can't go and just walk into an office really right now. So the next best thing is really going to be your social media platforms. LinkedIn is a great tool for this, and it really does have a focus on business. So make sure your profile's updated and use your other social media platforms to reach out to your network. Use an agency, use us here at Juice Recruitment, use other agencies that are available to you. Those individuals and those consultants are working hard to be the voice for you on your behalf. So definitely have a chat with them. They can tell you about the market. They can tell you about maybe what roles will suit your skill set if you're maybe looking to make a change in your career. Don't get blinkered by the present. Yes, we're in the 3rd lockdown. It's not great, we're all feeling it. But do you know what? That isn't going to be forever, and you need to be looking to the future. So do you think about your long-term plans and goals? Think about where you want to be in the next 3 to 5 years, and also apply to jobs that are going to get you there. So, the key thing really is be proactive with kind of your job search. Don't feel disheartened. There are a lot of people looking out there, and I think if you keep applying to roles that are suited to your skill set, that's going to be key for you. So hopefully that will help. Now, we're also asked quite a lot by clients and candidates how many applications we're receiving on average for vacancies that we're advertising, and actually is there much competition out there right now for those applications. So yeah, to be honest, chances are you're not going to be alone in your application. On average, we're probably seeing about 100 to 150 applications for any job that we're advertising right now. Sadly though, probably about 80 of those probably don't quite hit the mark in terms of skill set or requirements for the position. There are still a lot of people that are looking for work, and a lot of people are still just going with this kind of whole just click and apply, and multiple applications. Sadly, that's not going to help you find the job that you want, and it's probably not going to necessarily mean a call back from either an agency or a client if they're not really sort of seeing that your skill set matches, or maybe you've taken time to read the job advert, which we see quite a lot of. There's still an element of people sort of feeling panicked about kind of trying to find work, and that is understandable. But I think the best thing really will be to focus your efforts. So don't apply to every job you see. Apply for jobs that really apply and appeal to your skill set. And if maybe you are looking outside of that skill set, maybe look actually, if you're not getting any responses back, maybe that's because your CV needs to be tailored or reviewed, or you maybe need to look at maybe upskilling, and I'll come on to that in a bit later. So the other thing that we're getting asked a lot at the moment really from both candidates and clients would be actually how, just in general, is everybody feeling about the job market. So I think overall, you won't be alone if you're a candidate looking for work and you feel a bit nervous or anxious or concerned about whether or not you will find a job. That is, very much commonplace right now. But I think you need to be rest assured that there is confidence in the market right now. People are recruiting. Okay, we've got a question. Fantastic. Holly, what would be your advice about searching for a new job in lockdown? That's a great question. Thank you, Emma. So I really think the key thing about searching for a new job would be to look at kind of your skill set. What kind of job is it you're looking for? In terms of maybe contacting us here at Juice Recruitment, if you're someone who's looking to find a specific job in a career, so it could be sales, it could maybe be, logistics. So depending on where your kind of focus would be for that job, is start looking to see what jobs are out there, and then sort of look at your CV and see, actually, is that on your CV? Tailor your CV. And then start applying to jobs that really match your skill set. If you are looking to upskill or reskill, that's a slightly different focus, I think. And as mentioned, I'll come on to that shortly, so we'll talk about that in a bit more. There's some exciting news coming up. So, a lot of questions that we're also getting are things like, are offices COVID secure? Am I going to be safe at work if a client is asking me to go in and work in their office? Will this be working from home permanently? Will it be flexible? How will I be supported going forward? All these questions are really valid right now, and I can assure you that all the clients that we deal with are looking to either have full remote working right now, which is actually working really, really well, and potentially a lot of those employers are looking to have those people back in the office as soon as they can. So the view that when we're recruiting is it's initially working from home, but you will be working in the office moving forward, and we always do state that on our job adverts or when we're talking to candidates about these roles. I think that's really key. But if you are working kind of in a role where you are required to work in the office some of the time, then all clients that we are talking to all have COVID secure offices, like us here at Juice Recruitment. So I'm in the office today on my own, being able to bring you this Instagram Live today. So I think that clients are really going above and beyond to ensure the safety of their employees, whether you're a temporary member of staff or a permanent one. So don't feel nervous about that. But again, question that whenever you are applying to a job or when you're in an interview process, it's always a great question to ask. And then I think really the key thing from a market perspective, from what clients are saying to us, is that they are recruiting, they are looking to build their teams, they're looking to the future, they're looking to 2021 as being the year of recovery. We had a tough year in 2020, but the vaccine's being rolled out, there is confidence returning to the market, and clients are really thinking about who they want in their business right now. So again, we touched upon it last week, it is not just about your skill set, but it's also about, do you have the right culture fit, the right team fit for that organisation, the ethos. People who are bringing individuals into their organisations are not looking for employees, they are looking for colleagues. And there's a big difference, I think, than a bum on a seat to a person who they can really invest time and money in to give you as an individual a fantastic career. So that's really where a lot of our clients are coming from at the moment. And then another key question that we get a lot asked is about what industries or sectors are we seeing the most increase in new vacancies. So I think this is obviously for us as a whole, we have seen a definitive increase in the creative market. Now, Juice is well known for our sort of creative hub here in the Southwest, and this is sort of really grown over the last sort of month that nearly a month that we've been back, but also prior to Christmas as well, in the new year. So marketing, digital and digital content and copy are all areas that we're seeing vast sort of growth in right now. Really, because many clients and organisations are looking at their digital presence and how they come across to their customers online. This is a really big focus for all organisations right now, us included. We've done a huge amount to raise our game on the social media and digital platforms, because we want to be reaching out to people, and that's very much what our clients are doing as well. So I think with that, they're also diversifying and making sure that they have, again, really key, highly skilled people in those jobs. So people like Joe in our Bath office, my colleague Kate in Bristol, they both look after our creative division, and this is a real focus for them. So if you are looking for work in those areas, go to our website, have a chat with them, they'll be able to kind of have a chat with you about those vacancies. We're also seeing some marked improvement across financial services, as well as manufacturing, logistics, insurance is something that's also sort of remained fairly steady, e-commerce and fintech. So these areas are very much kind of areas that are growing. They're not heavily affected by the pandemic. It's different for hospitality and leisure industries, but I do think that once we know a bit more about when we're going to come out of this third lockdown, I do think then we will see a fairly rapid increase, in terms of jobs for those particular sectors, in the leisure hospitality areas, because as soon as those restaurants can open, let's face it, we're all going to be there queuing to have a meal out, meet our friends when we can. That's something that we all, I think, have on the list to do as soon as we can, when we can do it on a safe basis. So I think very much key thing is people are planning for the future, it's looking positive, and it can only get better. Now, we are also kind of asked a lot by clients actually, and candidates and job seekers, I guess, about how lockdown 3.0 has affected Juice and how we expect the job landscape to look after lockdown. This is a really great question. I think it's because we're interested to know what other people are doing, how are other people finding the market right now. But really, we've worked really hard as a team here at Juice Recruitment since the first lockdown to diversify and power ahead as normal. So for us, it's always been the fact that we were always going to be open and available to those people who are looking for work or looking to recruit into their business. And like many businesses, we've had to increase our online presence, as mentioned. So, we've got a dedicated team that look to that, and I think hopefully you've noticed the marked changes that we've made to really up our game in that area. We're also continuing to work remotely, so all our team are set up fully to work from home, and this has worked really well for us actually, and we continue to do so until it's safe for us to come back to our offices and kind of have that sort of front of shop kind of environment for you once we can do on a safe basis. The other thing is that I guess really we wanted to continue to offer that high level of support both to our existing clients, new clients, existing candidates and new candidates, all together really. So it's something that we're really proud of, that we've been able to do that throughout this very difficult sort of 12 months or so. And our message really has been that we're here to help. So, again, today is very much about us trying to impart some knowledge and insight, information to you guys to really kind of give you some understanding of what's happening, in the sort of wider job market. And hopefully we're known for that now. So hopefully you come to us thinking that we are the go-to people for this information. So after lockdown, I think, we're all hopeful that there will be some sort of return to normality. I know that we're all really craving that right now. And, I think here at Juice, we're confident that will happen. We have I've just been on a webinar this morning for the Bristol Business Awards, Bristol Life Awards, and we're talking about those going to be happening later in the year now. So things are being pushed back still, but things are still going ahead, and people still want things to go ahead as much as they can as normal. And businesses are very much in that mindset that it is about 2021 being the year of recovery, being back to where maybe we were sort of pre-COVID. That's probably a long time away, but I think being back to being in our offices, being able to meet for networking and events, and I think that's really key. So very much it's a positive attitude I think that we're hearing from across the kind of landscape here in terms of jobs and businesses in the southwest. Now, I mentioned earlier that we also speak to a lot of candidates who maybe are thinking about changing careers or thinking that maybe they would like to reskill or upskill, and really how do they go about doing this? Now, as an agency, we can obviously give information and advice, but as our kind of Here to Help campaign is definitely looking on a more broader scale. We have been in talks recently, and I'm very excited to announce that we'll be partnering with Western College because they have a fantastic service that is going to do just that, offer you information and advice about how to retrain, what courses might be available to you, and actually how to get on board with that. So we have an exclusive interview coming up in probably about a few weeks' time. So I'm going to be talking to Dave Crew, who is Western College's Head of Business business to provide you with more information about how you can reach out to them, use their service, and this will be being announced on our social media at the beginning of February. So please do keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be really, really great, and definitely for those people who are wanting to maybe look outside of their sort of jobs right now and look to that future, as mentioned, that 3 to 5 year plan. How will you get there? I definitely think this will be a great sort of bit of information and content for you to listen to. So we will be bringing that to you very soon. So I guess really the final word today is about the fact that confidence is returning to the market. Everyone is craving a sense of normality, and you're definitely not alone. It's really key to be sort of consistent in your approach with your job applications. Have patience. There are a lot of people out there looking for work, and you might not always be the right person for the job, but there will be a job out there for you. And just persevere, keep going, and we're here for you here at Juice. We're here to offer you that support and guidance if you need it. And whilst we're in lockdown, virtual interviews and onboarding is still proving really successful. So overseeing the temporary desk here from Bristol, we know that we've had a majority of all our temporary staff who join organisations in the last 6 months or so on board generally from a virtual point of view, and it's gone really, really well. Clients are happy, the temporary workers are really happy with how things have gone. Actually, sometimes it improves that level of communication that you have with an organisation. So do rest assured that these things are there to support you. So as usual, we're always here to help, as mentioned. So we, our whole network here, very much as consultants, are here to have a chat with you about a role that you're interested in, that we're advertising. Maybe you want some advice on your sort of job search. But again, online registration forms are available. We're booking virtual Zooms, throughout the kind of branches with our consultants. Check out our website and our social media pages. We have so much information, so much content. There's loads of top tips, how to sign up online, how to look at reviewing your CV. And next week, I'll be talking to you about our top jobs from across our regions, so bringing you some of the really exciting roles that we're working on right now. So thank you so much for joining me. I can't see there's any other questions that we have today, but I hope you found today useful and insightful, and I look forward to seeing you here next week. Thanks so much.